Hey family, welcome back to the Underdogs Rise podcast with myself, Christopher Griffiths. Today's episode will be about trusting yourself through uncertainty, walking before you can see the path. This podcast was created for the underdogs, myself included, and together family, we will always rise. So if you're listening to this right now, the chances are you're standing in the in-between. Not who you used to be, but not quite who you're becoming either. The old certainty has fallen away, and a new clarity hasn't arrived yet, but it's coming. I want you to hear this clearly. There is nothing wrong with you for feeling unsure. Uncertainty isn't failure. It's a threshold. Most of us were taught that confidence becomes before movement, me included, that we should wait until things make sense, feel safe and feel certain. But life doesn't work like that. Growth asks something different of us. It asks us to move while unsure, to step forward without any guarantees, and to trust something deeper than logic, ourselves and our hearts. Trusting yourself doesn't mean that you have to have all the answers. It means believing whatever happens, you'll meet it with honesty, courage, compassion and integrity. Self-trust isn't built by knowing the path. It's built by walking it, one honest step at a time. Think about it. Every time you kept going when things were unclear, every time you adapted, every time you survived something you once feared. Every time. And that wasn't luck. That was you. You see, you've already proven that you can handle uncertainty. You just may have forgotten how powerful that truth is. And that truth is to you. So when the path feels unclear, when everything feels foggy, your job isn't to see the whole road. This isn't failure. This is a transition into you becoming something more. Let's just pause for a minute and ask yourself this. What feels like the next true step for you? Not a perfect one. Not to impress anyone. Just the honest one for you. And then ask yourself, where do you feel tension in your body right now? You see, when clarity surfaces, your body becomes the compass. And sometimes the bravest thing that you can do is move slowly. Sometimes it's just resting. Sometimes it's saying, not yet. And sometimes it's saying, I'm scared, but I'm going anyway. And that's truth in action. That's your truth. You take your action. So let's take a breath and anchor this into our bodies. Feel your feet as they meet the ground. Close your eyes and take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. And hold for a moment. And release out fully through your mouth. Silently say to yourself, I don't need certainty to take the next step. Now ask your body and not your mind, what feels like the next small step? Honest movement forward. Not forcing, not fixing, just listening. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And take that energy with you into what you do today. Now I've got some questions. You could take these questions into a journal or just sit with them quietly. Number 1, where in my life am I waiting for certainty before allowing myself to move forward? Number 2, what has my past already proven about my ability to adapt and survive? Number 3, if I trusted myself just 10% more, what would I do differently this week? Number 4, what does my body tell me when I stop overthinking and simply listen? And number 5, what would it look like to walk with uncertainty instead of fighting it? You see, family, uncertainty doesn't mean that you're lost. It means you're alive, growing and stepping into new ground. You don't need the whole map. You just need courage to take the next step and the compassion to trust yourself as you do. See, the current space that you're currently in is preparing you for something better. Take a breath with me. I provided some more questions, so you can either journal on these or take a note of them and go back to them at any point. So number 1, where in my life am I trying to force clarity instead of allowing it to emerge? Number 2, What has uncertainty taught me about strength? And the strength that I have so far, or you have. Number 3, what part of me is asking me to be trusted more deeply? Number 4, what if I stop judging where I am? What would I notice instead? And then number 5, what does forward momentum look like when I stop rushing? You see, family, you're not behind, you're not broken, you're not lost. You're learning how to walk with trust instead of fear, and that can take time. And it's one of the bravest things you can do as an underdog. Keep going, family. Even when the path is unclear, you are still moving in the right direction. If this episode spoke to you, share it with another underdog. And spread the word. Underdogs rise. And we rise together. But before we close today, I want you to really notice something. Even though the path ahead may still be unclear, you're still here, still listening, still choosing to stay present instead of turning away on yourself. And you are very much alive. Some of us have not had that privilege. Some of us have not woken up today. And that is trust in motion. You don't need to know where everything all leads. You only need to notice what shifts inside of you right now. A little more steadiness. A little more self-belief. A little more love. And a quiet sense that maybe you're not as lost as you once thought. As this episode ends, don't rush to define what's next. Just stay with the feeling of being grounded where you are. Appreciate that. Appreciate your next breath. Because in the next episode, we're going to talk about what happens after trust begins and begins to form. How to listen to the inner signals guiding you forward, and how to move with intention instead of fear. For now, let yourself rest in the knowing that you are learning to walk with yourself again. And that changes everything. Until next time, remember, underdogs rise, and we rise together.